If you're looking for a side hustle with flexible hours and little upfront investment, I found success with a scroll saw, and I'd love to share with you some simple projects that sell to get you started. Hey friends, I'm Danielle from Wendell Woodworks, and today I'm going to walk you through how to make a book safe. The very first thing I ever made with my scroll saw was a book safe. I used to make these by hand using an X-Acto knife until I discovered that there was a much more efficient and effective way to create these with a scroll saw. Used books were incredibly easy to find at thrift stores, usually for around $1 a piece, so the material cost of making these is fairly low. Once a book safe was completed, I would sell it for between $20 to $50 depending on the quality of the book, and in 2 years I sold over 1,000 of these. Even if you're just a beginner with the scroll saw, you can do it too, and here's how it's done. Other than your scroll saw, you'll need a hardcover book less than 2 inches thick, some wax paper, some high quality glue or book repair glue, and a drill. Step 1 is to glue the pages together, but before you do this, you may want to save a title page or a favorite page of text that you can feature in the back once it's done. Before gluing, you need to stick your wax paper behind the covers to keep them separated. It's important for the cover not to be glued down with the rest of your pages. Then after making sure the pages are clean, give them a thick but even coat all the way around. I use bookbinding glue because it ensures that the glue won't yellow over time. Step 2 is to draw your template. In order to keep the front page clean of pencil lines, you can draw your template on the back side. If you're more practiced with a scroll saw, you can try your hand at cutting out designs that might match the book's title. But for the majority of books, I cut out a simple rectangle with rounded corners and used a ruler and a penny to make it. For step 3, you'll need to drill a pilot hole close to the edge, going only through the glued pages. This will require bending the cover all the way back, but you still want to be gentle enough to keep it in good shape. Step 4 is to bring it to the scroll saw and start your cut. The thicker your book is, the harder it can be to cut through. That's why you'll want a thick blade for the cut and a reverse tooth to keep the bottom of your pages from fraying. Here I'm using a double reverse tooth blade in number 12. You might also try a modified geometry blade, or any other brand of good quality. Alright, now the pages are all cut and it's time for the finishing. I'm going to take the title page I took out at the beginning. Maybe you used a different page of text, or maybe you want to be creative and use a beautiful scrapbook paper. But you're going to glue that down on the back wherever you want it, so that when somebody opens a book safe, that's what they first see. You can also keep the book cover if you'd like. To do that, just stick it on. And then I like to trace around where the border is. And that way when I take it off, I can cut around that border and glue it back in so you can't see the inside, but it looks on the outside like the book cover is still on. However, I don't want this cover. I would rather have my book safe without it in this case. So I'm just going to discard it. I'm going to go ahead and glue this to the back, trim it up so that it matches the size. I'm going to glue all around here with either my binding glue or with a wood glue, actually, for longer hold. And then I'm going to put my wax paper in the front cover and give it one final coat of glue all around the edge. After the final coat of glue, when I took the wax paper out of the front, there was just a little remnant of glue around the outside. And I'm just going to trim that off using an X-Acto knife, make it all flush and trim, and the book will be complete. Best of luck and happy scrolling!